Alright guys, welcome back to ImWateringPSUs. So, I have just picked up this used computer and I picked it up for 300 euros. Today's video sponsor is Heatgun, where you can buy Windows 10 and 11 Pro keys for just $15 with discount code WP25. With the same discount code, you can also buy Microsoft Office for just $50. Legit keys. Now, especially if you're selling PCs, you surely cannot go around with that activate your Windows logo there. So you can just go on the website, input their discount code, and then get the key, go into Windows and activate it properly to have it working. Thank you for your time. Now, it is definitely a bit dirty and it is definitely ugly. We will give you a close-up of the cable management. It is simply terrible, but since I paid so little for it, we can do something good. So the specs are i7-10700, B460 motherboard, 8 gigs of RAM, half a terabyte of SSD, and a very bad power supply. What we're gonna do is upgrade RAM to 16 gigabyte, slap a 3060 in there, and make a nice gaming PC for probably under 600 euros that can max out 1080p gaming. Let's go. Okay, so just taking a look at it, I mean, why is this SATA cable here? Why is there a Molex to 6-pin adapter if there is no graphic card? And why is this thing coming out the bottom? Well, time to get dismantling it. So first thing, we will fix a bit the cable management and clean it up a little. But then, we will put a 3060 in there. I have this Zotac Dual, it's a very small card. I will show it to you, and then we will pick another stick of 8 gigabytes, or maybe 4x4, I will see. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual GPU, and it is actually very small, guys. I mean, it's tiny. Look at it. Guys, why buy a 4090 that is huge when you can buy a 3060 that literally fits in your hand? Okay, so let's actually discover what's behind this side panel. Ooh, the cables are pushing it open. It's not the best to start, but okay, it's actually not too bad. I was expecting much worse. That's good. So we have to undo this one because our GPU requires an 8-pin, not a 6-pin. Then this one we can just slide it away, and then we can take out this extra SATA cable that we don't need. Okay, so the worst thing about the whole build is the intake, but thankfully this is just a mesh panel, so we just have to take it out, and we do that by brute force. There we go. So we just have to clean this one, clean the fans, and the build is basically done. So you can see the RAM right there, and it's a single 8 gigabyte stick, and the frequency is 266 megahertz. So we will probably go with some mismatched RAM to make it 16, because I actually don't have 4 sticks of 4. So I think it's the only way to go. Guys, I was joking, I just found 2 sticks. They are both 266 megahertz, so we will put dual channel RAM, those 2 sticks right inside. Let's go. Okay, so let's clean this one. As good as new. Okay guys, so it's raining outside, so we have to be a bit creative with how we clean it, and I will work out do this cleanup. So let's go. Okay, so the fans are finally clean, as they should be, and it's now time to mount this one back. There we go. Solid. Okay, so we did everything. It's now finally time to slot the GPU in, and well, the power supply did not have an 8-pin connector, but in general you really shouldn't use adapters, but in this case the CPU really draws 65 watts. Let's say it's 100 watts total system power consumption, it's 160. This one is gonna draw up a maximum of 150, so it's total like under 300 watts, so it should handle it. So, but we will test it, of course. So let's actually slot it in. There we go. Okay, so the PC is finally finished. Let's boot it up, let's see if it boots into Windows, and let's optimize it, tune it, and test it. Okay guys, so we are encountering some troubles because if we launch Firestrike, which is extremely intensive power-wise, the PC basically crashes out because the power supply cannot handle the GPU. So that's really bad, and we will have to swap out the power supply. So I was thinking about using this one, which is still not the best, but at least it is an 80 plus bronze unit, so it should be better. Okay, so as you can see, it's not the best, but at least it has 480 watts on the 12 volt lines, which is decent. So this will do the job. Okay guys, so let's say you have some mismatched RAM, like we have in this PC, okay? So what can you do to fix this aesthetic nightmare? Well, let's take this one off and let's get into it straight up, okay? So you see, this stick, in reality, it's actually like that one. It simply has a heatsink. So, okay, so to take this one out, we have to heat it up. So we have here a heat gun that goes to 600 degrees. The smell of burned plastic is just so nice. Love it. And here we are, much better aesthetically, what do you say? Alright guys, so here we are with the build fully finished, and we did run some benchmarks as well, and the performance is really insane. By the way, as you can see, the PC was actually RGB the whole time. It has a switch on top, so we set it this way, and then we will also show you the pictures that I took in order to sell this computer, because I end up selling all my builds to break even and recoup the costs. So, regarding the performance, well, the CPU, even if it's just a locked i7, it really goes well, even though it has some mismatched RAM, and we took out the actual RAM heatsink cover in order to get it to not be mismatched anymore. It does run really nice performance-wise. Thankfully, on Intel, the RAM frequency doesn't really impact performance all that much, so it's not really a problem, and it runs smooth, really smooth. Plus, having an NVMe drive really helps with the load times, and if you were to do some productivity, which this PC is capable of, it really helps too. So I'm really happy under that front. But getting to the strict performance, I did run a Firestrike score, and we get 20k without overclocking anything. Again, I do recommend undervolting both the CPU and the GPU. I have tutorials for both of them in case you're interested. That will give you a bit lower temperatures and a bit better performance. But this PC, even at stock, actually has some really good temperatures. Under Prime 95, small FFT tops out at 80 degrees, and under Firestrike it stays cool and quiet at around 50 to 60 degrees the whole time with the stock cooler, and the graphic cards too. It stays really quiet even though the case is kind of closed. It has a decent airflow because the front is meshed, so that's nice. But coming on to the games, we tested Apex Legends, and we were managing to get close to 200 frames per second on a blend of low and high settings, what I used to play competitively on Apex. I really like the game, I play quite a bit. Then we tested it on Fortnite. It was getting easily over 200 FPS without going into arena or without using, the downscaling of the resolution, which would get you around 300 to 400 FPS if you wanted to, but just regular Fortnite properly tuned gets over 200. And then even on Warzone, as heavy as it is, we managed to get close to 140 average FPS, which is actually really impressive. It's probably the results that got me the most in terms of performance. I wasn't expecting a PC that comes under 600 euros to be able to perform that well in Warzone, honestly. I think for this range of price, this is the best build I've gotten so far, honestly. But I want to hear your opinion too down below, so do let me know. Did you like how it came out? Would you have done any kind of different upgrades, maybe a different power supply, maybe a different RAM? Any advice, opinions, and how much do you think I should sell it for? Let me know down below, and see you in the next one, guys. Bye.